What's up, all-inners, and welcome to another episode of the All-In Podcast, a podcast for casual leaguers. I am the League Dad, and as always, I am joined by Kevin, Mitchell, and Alistair, and we are here to recap Week 1 of the Lock-In Tournament of the LCS Spring Split 2021. I mean, really, it's just going to be one long split. I guess you could say it's the spring section. I don't really know what to call it, but guys, I don't know about y'all, but I felt like oddly satisfied watching the games this week. It felt like a long time coming. I was just so happy to see our region play. I was a little bummed that there were subs, on some of the good teams that I really wanted to see, but that's all right. I was excited to see some of the new players play, pleasantly surprised. But overall, in general, what are you guys' overall thoughts on Week 1? Go.
Overall thoughts were, I think the NA talent and the bottom teams played surprisingly better than I expected, and the top teams played surprisingly much, much worse than I expected.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think it's interesting that, there's less of a gap between the top and bottom like we thought there would be, but maybe the total ceiling isn't very high still. So, yeah.
No, I agree. I think it was definitely a lot of surprises, but there were also some things I think we predicted or expected along certain lines. What about you guys, Alistair or Kevin? What were your overall thoughts about the games?
I don't like the meta. It's not fun.
Yeah, you mentioned that. You're right. What is there anything in particular you don't like it? Is it just stale to you, or you just don't like the way it's just quicker tempoed and game deciding in like 10 minutes?
Games are over too fast. Sure, there's been a couple throws like TSM, they came back, CLG, they came
Thank
back
God.
against 100 Thieves, but most of the games, you know who's going to win by 10 minutes. There's barely even any team fights. It's just one person gets hooked or caught by something. It's just, I don't know. It's not as enjoyable to watch. It's boring now.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that. As I was watching the games, I thought, here we go. Games decided within first 10 minutes. I can just fast forward to the end of the VOD and, they're going to win. But we did have a couple of throws. I think, though, that might just be an NA thing because I don't think that's going to happen as often in regions where they really put leads away and close things out. And again, it's early, so maybe some of that is to account for. But I could totally understand where you're coming from. All right, what about you, Kevin?
So, a couple things. I also think the rookies played a lot better than I thought they would. Like the discount teams like Immortal squad that they fielded, or not Immortal.
Golden Guardians?
Who ran the Golden Guardians?
Yeah.
They played a lot better than I thought they would. I was just like, I thought they were gonna get smashed. I was like, I think I predicted them for maybe one match, but that's it. And they played like reasonably well in a lot of the games. And the same was for like key players like Revenge. I thought he played quite well. I think EG, the number one team right now, kind of still in the pretenders category. Like they did beat C9, but besides that, don't think the matches were that big. Liquid doesn't look that great either. They do have Armeo, Greg, whatever his name now is. I don't know if Santorin's starting next week. Or
I think he
this
is.
week, I guess.
Yeah, I think he is.
Because I know he's in the States, so I hope he's starting because like there were a lot of very vivid moments where I'm just like, what is he doing? Like I watched him run into the shield bow 80 carry in a bush. It's like, huh.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but yeah, it was a little disappointing on the Liquid side, but it's a very stereotypical excuse of they don't have their full roster. Same with was it Immortals who don't have their top in their jungle?
Yep. Immortals don't have their full roster.
Oh, no,
FlyQuest,
CLG is the one that's missing. Yeah. They're playing with Solo and Griffin, who's Wiggly, I believe, instead of Broxa and Finn, which is like I think night and day difference in power level there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Although Solo played well, but not well enough.
I would say for me, Finn and Solo, I'm gonna wonder if like there is gonna be a difference between their play, because like Solo, I mean, he won lane on Renekton and then was just useless, right? And like that's maybe like a team thing.
Oh.
CLG, I mean, I expect Finn to kind of do the same thing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like even with Broxah there.
Change.
Like
it is
he
one
might
of the
win
weirdest
lane.
imports I've ever seen in terms of import decisions. Like you saw him get smashed at Worlds, he didn't seem like pop. He was the one part of that rogue roster that didn't really pop off really, and he was the one who got picked up as an import. So
yeah, I don't. So I'm not super hyped about Finn.
Brock's still better than Wiggly.
Oh,
so.
Absolutely. But
is he though? Brox was pretty bad last year, guys.
Pretty bad,
Wiggly
but
was worse.
Compared,
yeah, Wiggly's still pretty bad.
We're comparing like 9th or 10th versus 6th or 5th.
Let's just get CLG out of the way for me, anyways. Like, yeah, they had 2 subs, but like, I expect them to be about the same. Honestly, I really do. Maybe they'll be a little bit better, and maybe they'll improve over time. But like, dude, like when I watch like Pobelter, sometimes he had a really good TF game, and then he just started running it in all the other games. Wild Turtle, he had that one good game against 100 Thieves, and he's just running it too.
Yeah.
Smoothie is running it all 3 games. That's the people who are supposed to be on the team, right? Those aren't the subs.
It definitely feels like more of like
they beat 100 Thieves.
They feel like the old guard, like kind of retirement.
That's where pro players go to die before. Basically, it's that or academy.
Yeah. I mean, basically, that's what it seems like, because again, you have a lot of veteran talent on there, but it's not looking good. They definitely look slower. They look like boomers on stage. So, I mean, we never predicted them to be pretty high up anyway. So, I mean, I don't think that's a big surprise, but I think we do need to talk about some of these things that we were highly anticipating. And I know The Dive, I mean, that's a pretty good podcast. It's almost as good as ours, but they had a segment called Cash or Trash. I'd like to rename ours differently because, you know, we're different and we're better. So I'm going to call this segment Hype or Psych, right? Along the same lines, but let's talk about freaking Perks, right? That's got to be the first thing we talk about, because that's the most expensive import we had. Everybody was hyped to see him play. Hype or Psych, man? Were you hyped, or was it a big fat psych or a big fat yikes? That rhymes as well. So, I mean, for me, I think it was a big yikes just because of where the expectations were at. And of course, this is overreaction because it's week 1, but whatever. That's what we're supposed to do. What do you guys think?
Psych. Whoops. 12 million is a little too much for that dude. Yeah, I was very underwhelmed. Really, really underwhelmed, right? Like his Yone game, I think he solo lost that game for his team.
Oh, man.
Not gonna lie. He actually just solo lost that game for his team.
Yeah.
Basically looked like his solo queue games on Yone. He's been inting a lot on Yone lately. But yeah, did not look good.
I'm gonna say he kind of looks like when David Beckham came over to US to play on the LA Galaxy. Like, he's a superstar. We know he's really good. But it felt like there were games where you could see flashes like, wow, this guy's a really good player. And then games where you're like, this guy doesn't give.
Yeah.
What were those flashes if he's a good player, right? The Galio game? Is that what you're talking about?
No. I actually think there was a couple of Yone engages. There's like a shred of intelligence there.
Okay.
There were definitely times where like, wow, that was a really good outplay. But most of the times I'm just like, he could care less.
Yeah.
We will have to preface this with saying like, this is literally one of those like superstar players who doesn't even try it in regular season. And this is a off-season, like preseason tournament.
Yeah, it's not even the start of the real season yet. And of course, we have to overreact because that's what makes things fun, right? And this is week 1. Who knows like how far they've gone into it? But I mean, it's Perks. We got to go hard on him because 1, he's getting paid a ton of money. 2, he's talking a lot of junk, which is part of the fun. But yeah, I mean, again, like he had a nice game with Galio, but even his Zoe game was kind of non-existent. Really, it wasn't him doing anything there. So for me, it was a big yikes, a big psych.
Or kill participation in a 19 kill game. I don't know how you manage that. As not
really good at all.
Found a way.
So far it seems like we're all kind of not that great, not that hype on him. Are you on the same boat there, Alistair, or did you find more good than we did?
I mean, I can't say I'm super surprised. I mean, I was hoping he'd do well. This isn't Flame on C9 or anything. It's just how many times has NA imported someone who's supposed to come and pop off and destroy NA and then they just don't?
Yeah. I mean,
Core was imported very recently and it worked. It still worked.
Core J, the good ones you've had like Core JJ, Impact, Someday, and Bjergsen. Other than that,
and FBI.
Most of them. Yeah, but he wasn't supposed to come over and demolish.
Yeah, like the
Right?
expectation
He wasn't supposed
was.
to.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
I mean, like major region imports are supposed to come over and pop off. Most of them don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Thinking to
So
bang.
we have just as many pop. We might have more pop-ups from like medium tier regions, like Closer coming over, FBI coming over.
True. Yeah,
Broken
I mean,
Blade a little bit. Yeah.
Broken
yeah,
Blade
a
for
little
at least
bit.
a split.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't what we were hoping for, but I mean, we did see Blabber play pretty well. Hey, how you feeling about Sven there, Alistair? Come on now, he played pretty good. They basically carried one of those games, so you know it's not that bad. Oh, okay, he's not giving it to him. That's all right. That's all right. That's cool.
Dude, Zed played pretty damn well.
I honestly I didn't watch some of the games because I kind of got bored of the games just being over. So I did miss a lot of those games.
Yeah.
So I don't really actually have a comment on that. If he did well, good for him.
Yeah,
He did.
he did
Credit
pretty
where
good.
credit's due.
Did pretty good. Blabber
Yeah.
did all right
quite
as well. What do you guys
Vulcan's
think?
insane.
What do you guys think? You know, going on this segment still. What about Fudge? You guys think? I mean, for me, it was kind of like, wasn't terrible. Wasn't.
He's like non-existent.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. For me, for just all of C9, their top and mid were non-existent, right? Their bot and jungle were so much better that the game was won and they didn't have to do anything.
But isn't that kind of to be expected, though? I mean, those are the three that were on the roster last split. I mean, they have the most quote unquote synergy. I mean, you got the two new guys coming in, of course.
Yeah, that's
might be some
true. It's
disconnect.
true. But like when your jungle and bot lane are winning that hard, you'd think they'd get some kills,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
They're
yeah,
top
yeah.
and mid. Like you
True.
think they'd get involved. You think they make some plays. Like if
True.
your jungle and bot lane are like smurfing that hard, the top laner and mid laner definitely get in there and like start messing some stuff up too. Like that's just the nature of the roles and champions. Like
Yeah.
he's playing Zoe and like Aatrox and stuff. Like you should be like destroying people with a winning jungle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to like say this too. Why did we get perks if he's just gonna int it on Yone and play Galio Zoe? Isn't that exactly Niski's like role in the team?
Yeah.
Right? He ints it on Lucian, but then he plays really well on Galio and Zoe. Like it's the same thing. And honestly, I would take Niski's Galio and Zoe over Perks' Galio and Zoe. Like we take Perks because he's probably better at control mages,
Mhm.
probably better at assassins maybe. But like those roaming mids,
That's not
Galio,
his style. Yeah.
like why didn't we just keep Niski? Why'd we
Yeah.
spend 12 million? Obviously overreaction. You know, it's only 3 games. Like next week he's gonna play like Syndra and actually do well in Syndra. Maybe I don't know, but
I mean, he probably will pop off when like it comes to playoff, and if he does, like I wouldn't be surprised. I will say I think his contract probably costs more than like all the contract of like any of the bottom 5 teams in the league.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like all their contracts combined.
I don't
yeah,
doubt
definitely
that.
Golden
Maybe
Guardians.
for
Yeah,
Golden
Wow.
Guardians, like, dude, we could fund this team for 10 years at this rate.
Yeah.
actually,
true.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, moving on. I know a lot of us expected, you know, a lot from bot lanes, especially tactical and core. You know, we knew they were good, but to me, and we knew already FBI and Huhi were good. But what surprised me was like I thought Huhi was really good, and he's been on the up and up. But I can't give enough credit to this guy because. I mean, remember, he was mid laner, then he went support, and when he was with Keith, it was kind of a meme in Golden Guardians. We were kind of like, oh my gosh, get this guy out of here. And since then, you know, it is kind of like support gaps right now. Supports make such huge differences in games, but he is stepping up and playing like a champ. Like his set is just really amazing to see, and he even busted out the Lulu, buying the early Mikhails, not even buying a mythic first.
Yeah,
and
that was interesting.
It was very interesting, and you know, it made sense in that game. And to see him, I think at one point he was like 0, and 10, like the Enchanter supports Dream KDA, like he was doing amazing. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? And do you think they could probably be the best lane in you know, in the NALCS, if not now, maybe by the end of the split? Is there that potential? Because, you know.
FBI Huhi? Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
What's the potential?
I mean, there was already that argument last split.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think they do it, though? I mean, because we're talking about core JJ
and tactical.
They literally got smacked level 1 in the same match we're talking about right here.
Awesome.
Like,
Yeah,
like Core was like, oh, your Guardian lasts for 5 seconds. When the second it runs out, I'm gonna smack you. And then they did it. And I was like, well,
Those
That's
are
how it is.
disrespects, man. Those so
It
disrespects.
was really bad play from 100 teams, but they brought all the boys down. Fiesta the bot lane and won. I mean, I think like it's going to be between those two right now. It's shaping up to be right. Like, Sven and Vulcan are going to be consistent. They'll beat players worse than them. But like of all the other teams, Johnson Diamond didn't really get to show off because their team is just not showing up right now. But it could show up when they're, when they get more practice and they get their full roster together. But besides that, I mean, it's just going to probably be these two teams. We saw it already go at each other. Like, they're much cleaner than any of the other bot lanes so far at this juncture, and they have a lot higher of a mechanical ceiling.
Yeah.
I think also we don't have a lot of the bot lanes that we're supposed to anyways, right? Like we don't have Immortals bot lane, we don't have like another team's bot lane, I think. So I mean we'll find out, right? Like over time. But I don't know. When I see Vulcan play and it's like, it's like support diff, like dude, Sven Vulcan looks so good when Vulcan is on. Like I don't know. Like sure Sven is good, but what does it matter if your support is that freaking good, right? Like Vulcan
would get so much more credit. If Core JJ didn't come over, Vulcan would get so much credit. He would be like the number one, number two, right? But because he's in the shadow of the more flashy plays, he makes a very intelligent plays. Like that Zanya bait onto Jensen in the bush where he shielded his team. He's like, all right, that's it. I'm the Zanya now. I'm like, it was clean. It was easy to. It's not hard to do in once you watch it, but like those kind of split-second decision-making moments are very impressive to do consistently.
Definitely.
English is also hard. We do have to give some credit as like a fourth best or third best to Ignar and Deathly, actually. Like, Deathly hasn't really had a chance to show up for a while, but at least in the early games, him and Ignar, they look solid. Like, they don't look bad.
Yeah.
And I thought he played individually quite well.
They played individually quite well. I 100% agree. I mean, Deathly actually looks like pretty good on Kaisa. I mean, it's Kaisa, so she's OP. But
hey, some people can make Kaisa look bad.
That's true. Like I know people who can make Kaisa look bad.
For
but
sure. Anyways, moving along. Let's go ahead and look at the groups and just kind of recap the standings, and then we'll just talk about teams and some of their play. But let's go with Group A first. Sitting tied for first is TSM and Team Liquid. Then we have 100 Thieves, who also have a 2-1 record. I guess they're all tied for first. And then Golden Guardians and CLG. I believe CLG is knocked out. Like they don't have a chance to even make it any further. But Golden Guardians is 1 and 2. Let's start right at the top because I got to talk about TSM. I mean, we got to talk about TSM. The first game,
Psych.
I mean, all right,
dude.
Yeah, it's a big
first game. They got bodied.
Yeah, I did not want to check Discord for like a while because I knew that it was going to be coming. They just got stomped so hard. I don't even know what to say. But just overall, like even the games that they won did not look good at all. I mean, even what was it against Golden Guardians where they basically Spica got the Baron steal or whatever and kind of turned the momentum around. I mean, they should have lost. Yeah, that was it's basically what happened last split, where they almost lost to Golden Guardians, but even though it's a new roster, and then all of a sudden they come back and win. It was like not pretty.
That game, if Golden Guardians literally had like, I don't know, just a second more patience or like a little bit more experience, they hard win that game. Like so hard. Like Golden Guardians has 2 collegiate players that have never played competitively. That's so crazy, man, that TSM is losing to that. Like, that is unexcusable, man. I don't know.
Can we just say that I think Alistair is right when he has, like, a distaste for Huni playing in this league still? I mean, I want to, like, go to the management's office of TSM and be like, what the hell are y'all thinking? I mean, I just don't even see an upside. Like, I don't see this going like, oh, he just needs time to gel, or it's it's a team coercion thing. He's just bad. He's just bad. There were plays that had nothing to do with, team synergy, anything. He just wasn't aware of what's going on, and he just makes mistakes. It's just really hard to watch, and it's super frustrating. I will say, I wasn't super, like, upset with Power of Evil's play. I have been giving him some hate, but it just seems like more of the same stuff for me. Like, I don't see any kind of, I don't know, everything just seems very blah. Like, it just seems like old TSM. Like, let's just not make a mistake. Let's just farm it up. Let's not make any proactive plays.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna like just really highlight why that's happening. Just look at the draft, man. Mm-hmm. They're drafting 3 losing lanes.
Yeah.
With like a high tempo jungler every single game. It's miserable. What is Spica supposed to do? Yeah. I got Nidalee. Oh, we have Gnar Orianna. Like, what the hell are you supposed to do, man? I don't know, man. Like, I don't think like Bjergsen is the coach and he's supposedly doing the draft, and nothing changed about the team, right? No. And I don't know if we expected it to, but like Bjergsen is drafting the same comps that he was if he was the mid laner.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they're
it
doing
makes
nothing.
No sense. And they didn't even draft any of like the meta stuff. Like, just draft Galio or draft TF and Camille or something. Like, just wombo combo that sucker. Like,
take Renekton, man.
Yeah, take Renekton. So easy. Like, why are they playing these? Basically what it looked like, and if you can watch some of the games, they're expecting to just farm it out. They're playing super defensive. They can't really make plays. They're just getting vision where they can and not making any dumb mistakes. And they're just hoping to scale or the other team to make a mistake. And, luckily for the games, against like Golden Guardians or whatever, they were able to, catch one mistake and snowball it from there. But it just doesn't, what I don't like is that it doesn't seem like there's a game plan. Where when you saw them against Golden Guardians, they were making plays. And yes, even though they lost, you could tell that they were playing their comp. They were executing their comp, or at least trying to, whereas TSM doesn't seem to have any kind of...
Golden Guardians looks clean in the first 15 minutes, man.
Really
Dang. Good. Like, that Galio-Camille combo was like... They were, like, just like that. On point, they don't hesitate. Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, like that. I hope that's not a sign of things to come, because I'm already getting upset at the coaching staff, and it's Bjergsen. And it's like, come on, man. Like,
I've been telling you, literally, what do you think is going to happen when the guy who's the shot caller for this kind of TSM play style starts making the definite calls?
Yeah, no, I think I have to agree with you in that, like, there needs to be something fundamentally different. Like, they need to make a change stylistically, because the way that they're playing, like, they can't just rely on having the best player, like, because Bjergsen, double lift, they can't rely on just having the talent and then hopefully them carrying in team fights. They need to make some moves and plays, especially with this meta the way it is, being decided so quickly. If they're not going to do anything, they're basically just being betas the whole time, and I don't like
I mean, the fun fact is, after game 1 when 100 Thieves won with TF on Demante, TSM just first round banned TF both games. They didn't even have any intention of picking it. I was just like, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so sad.
And then they watched their Gnar get absolutely blasted, and they're like, let's do it again. Let's run it back.
Again.
Huni may have hit 2 players with his ults cumulatively.
He had one good ulti.
Yeah, he had one good
one good ulti
in one of the
35 minutes into the game.
I was pretty sick, but yes, that was.
It was a good ulti. I agree, but holy moly!
It's like Meteos when he finally learned how to play Lee Sin 60 minutes into a game. Like, oh man,
it's pretty terrible. But I will say it's early, but from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be more of the same. Like, I won't feel happy with their wins, and their losses are just going to be ridiculously boring to watch because they're just going to get stomped. That's how.
Okay, I see it. But Sword Art looks pretty good.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yeah,
what a bright spot. Thank goodness that he looks good. I mean,
he tried to drag his team across the finish line so hard with his engages and his vision and like just trying to like make plays. Like, their game against CLG, when he flashed onto Wild Turtle, I'm like, he's inting. And then Wild Turtle returns the int. I'm like, he's a god. He's actually a beast. You baited him.
There's a play in that game in CLG versus TSM where they could have taken the Soul Point Dragon, just like taking this dragon off the table, and they chased after Sword Art.
Yeah.
And then died afterwards. Yes. And then they started hitting the dragon down to 90. I was like, why are 2 veterans focusing on Maokai support all the way over there at Tribush instead of just hitting the dragon when his team is distracting them? It was the worst. It's so awful. Yeah. CLG shouldn't.
No one won that game, by the way. That CLG TSM game, no one won that game.
Yeah, no.
That was miserable. Oh my god.
This is terrible.
CLG could have won that too, man. They were so ahead in the early game, just like through Golden fucking Dragons. Oh, sorry, I cursed, but yeah.
I feel so bad for Sword Art. He's just like, I want to make plays, and then we've got whatever the TSM coach. They're gonna drill into him not to engage
Lost
after
to his
some
credit, Lost
time.
didn't play too terribly. You know, I
He's
thought
irrelevant, man.
it's irrelevant though. That's the thing. Like it's, I don't know if that's good enough. Where you're just like, you didn't, you know, I guess you didn't end.
What'd you think of Lost, Alistair?
I mean, the same thing that I always thought about him. I think he's good. It's just him and Deathly, they always seem to get the short end of the stick when it comes to teams, and they haven't gotten their shine yet. And I think they deserve it. I think they're good.
A team with Speak Up, PoE, and Sora. Like if you just consider those three in a vacuum, that he should be like on the team.
Yeah,
but it feels like they're being coached into oblivion right now. Like the playstyle
I just
is
mean
very
in the past.
reflective.
Yeah.
Oh, in the past, yes. Okay.
I would say.
Yeah, I just mean in the past.
Lost had one insanely good QSS or something. It was literally Captain Jack QSS or Cleanse or whatever. It was against the Twisted Fate. He still had an ulti because it did a crap ton of damage, but it was really clean.
yeah. I mean, I definitely could see the some potential, and again, with Sword Art, by his side, hopefully he develops even more, and they could show some promise there because the rest of the team not looking so great.
Free SM. Let's move on.
We'll leave it as that. Team Liquid guys, I know we didn't have Santorin. I mean, I figured they'd play as such. I didn't think they'd lose to 100 Thieves. However, Alistair was right. I think Alistair is right in his assessment of 100 Thieves right at the gate. They're good. I mean, they're with Someday, there and the rest of them already having cohesion. They look pretty darn good, and I definitely see them being strong contenders to take this tournament. So I think that was a really good assessment of 100 Thieves. But going back to Team Liquid, you guys got any thoughts on them? I think there was one game where Jensen looked horrible.
Yeah, it was the 100 Thieves.
That was the
game. Should have been illegal.
Yeah.
Him flashing forward with no mana. I'm just like, what are you?
Gosh, that was so bad.
God. And then the bait was like more of an outplay from Huki, but like TL doesn't look great. They only beat two really bottom tier, or not. Well, yeah, GG and CLG should be bottom tier.
Yeah,
technically, like everyone had Golden Guardians that's 10th or 9th on their tier list.
Although 100 Thieves lost to CLG, which is I don't know.
I know. I mean. And Golden Guardians also had a pretty decent win. So, I don't know. But at the end of the day, Liquid's not performing to the standard they should be. I think it is definitely largely on the jungle, just not like Greg Armeo is making some big mistakes. I think Alfari is good. I watched him play. I'm like, this guy is proactive. He's a strong player. Like when I watched him play, was it the Camille game? I was like, I like what I'm seeing. He's just up 20, 30 CS naturally and just absorbing pressure. That's something that Liquid has not had forever, other than one or two picks on impact. And I think Cordier and Tactical leveled up their early game. Their early game used to be like, they just kind of sit there. But now, like, they got 2 first bloods at level 1.
Yeah. They definitely are playing with a lot more confidence. You can tell. Like, and I'm talking specifically Tactical because Core JJ always plays like a man. So I mean, I think Tactical is now gaining that confidence and maybe just going when he says go. But let's not take too much time there because they're going to be good. They're going to get Santorin. Let's talk about any of the other teams because 100 Thieves again look good. They lost to CLG, yes, but I mean, let's say that's a gimme. I mean, they should be technically 3-0. They look really good starting this off. And Golden Guardians, to their credit, played better than I thought they would.
I want to talk about 100 Thieves.
Okay, let's do it.
It's kind of weird to say this. I actually think Someday doesn't look very good. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know if you guys agree, but he's not very lane dominant. And in a couple, especially the CLG game, I felt like he made a lot of critical mistakes that lost him that CLG game. Like, he just doesn't flash. He just gets hit by stuff and just kind of walking around as a crocodile and dying.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about that, but Someday is not living up to expectations. As like when I saw Impact's Crocodile and I saw Someday's Crocodile, I was like, one of these is not like the other, you know? I don't know. So I have high expectations for Someday, so maybe that's like he's still trying to fit into the Golden Guardians former roster, but he kind of looked bad.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
He had one game that was
he had one
bad.
good game where, it was against Huni. So I don't know. So it's crazy because he played the Renekton Gnar matchup twice. once against TSM, and he straight up demolished him. I mean, he was 3-0, but against CLG, he didn't do well at all. In fact, solo was 5-5-11. Someday was 3-7-9. So I mean, I don't know, night and day, and I don't know. It may be early, maybe having to do with him gelling, but I think you're right in the fact that we expect a lot from Someday.
He's supposed to be the best top laner in the league, and he didn't even look close to it. Like, definitely Impact and Alphari were like way better, and maybe even Niles. Besides his Ornn game, Niles looked way better on like carries and stuff too, like super aggressive. Yeah. So I don't know, kind of worrying trends.
You guys want to say anything about Golden Guardians or CLG? It's like night and day. CLG boomers, Golden Guardians.
I think we said what we wanted to say about Golden Guardians, right? Like, they're really proactive. They have a very clean early game. It's pretty clear that their coaching staff is good, right? Their coaching staff is helping out. They're like collegiate players, and their collegiate players are like just open and like listening to instructions and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like their strategies and like plays were like almost airtight for the first 15 20 minutes for a lot of, besides the what was it, the Team Liquid game. Niles's Ornn needs a lot of work. But
does he have a different name before, or is he just straight from collegiate?
He's straight from collegiate.
Solo queue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, solo queue collegiate. Yeah. Iconic, I think he's also straight from collegiate, I believe. He looks pretty good too, honestly.
Yeah, Iconic looked pretty good.
Yeah, his Talia was really insane. I have a lot of hope for them, honestly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Golden Guardians still stays like in the bottom like 3 teams, and they just have a couple of good games here and there throughout like the whole season. But I'd be interested in what happens, I guess, like next year, to see if like these players get picked up and stuff.
And that's the hope, right? Because like we talked about this, like, you mentioned it as a PSA at the end of last podcast. Like, if they play terrible, like, remember, we wanted this. We wanted new players. Give them a break. Like, don't hate. But the thing is that I think they exceeded a lot of our expectations. Maybe because we were already like, okay, we're not expecting much. And they played pretty well. In fact, like you said, if they have a good coaching staff or a good game plan in mind, there's nothing to say that they can't execute that well and then, make up for whatever, experience they lack, make it up for that in strategy and execution and just get better
planning.
From there. Yeah, exactly. So,
because like, the main thing you have to worry about when like you have like a really solid plan and like you're like, okay, we have everything down to a T for the first 15 minutes, is like, what if they just get blasted in lane, right? Like, what if they just get blasted in mechanics? And that wasn't happening. So it's like, they can keep up with in lane and with mechanics, then you can actually just plan the first 15-20 minutes and hope to close it out. And they got to work on their, they're going to go VOD review their Baron shot calling, but that's pretty good.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go to Group B. So at first place, we have Evil Geniuses 3-0, Cloud9 2-1, Immortals at 1-2, Dignitas also at 1-2, and then FlyQuest at 0-2. Let's start right at the top again. EG. I know, Kevin, you said that you weren't really thinking that this was legit, and that maybe this is a little bit of the Pretenders still. What do you guys feel the same way? Mitchell, Alistair, do you think that this 3-0 is not really indicative of future games to come? Did you think they looked good in their wins? Did you think they kind of lucked out on their wins, or what? Obviously Impact played well. All his games were on Renekton, but he got MVP of the week. But he played well. And I felt like the rest of the team played pretty good too. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a little too early to tell, if you want me to be completely honest.
Okay.
Like, they beat C9. Credit to them for that. Can't take that away from them. However, the other 2 wins were Immortals and Dignitas.
True.
Who, I don't know.
They're definitely at the bottom of our list. We know that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had them around like 6th or 7th, but they seem to be better than that. And apparently, we haven't gotten to them yet, but apparently I was wrong about FlyQuest. But maybe.
Yeah, but they had subs too as well, right?
They do better. Did they? I didn't know.
Their jungle's a sub. He's not Jose Diodo. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He certainly is not Jose
But-
Diodo.
Yeah, not even close. He was a liability.
Yeah.
The chat was
paying
like, "Oh, did
attention,
Jose
but-
Diodo change his name?" And like, no,
No, that's just
that's
not
not him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so you make a good point there. I mean, you're right. Dignitas and Immortals, none of us had them high on our rankings list, so that should be teams that they win. So out of the
To be
three,
clear,
maybe,
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying
Right.
that we can't peg them as very good because they have one respectable win, and then the other two were just literally freebies. So like, we don't know how strong C9 is.
I also did
just
say
yet,
that
but
EG
could win.
kind of has similar roster to what they had before. Well, not really, but at least with Svenskeren and
They
Dazuke.
have two players.
That's true. Maybe not. I take that back. Boomer Brain.
They have actually one player,
one
from
player.
the end of summer.
Yeah, that's true.
Just
I
get
think
that
the
out
best
there.
performing players were the ones that weren't the returning players. So
Dang it.
take
I
that for
take
what
it
you
back.
will.
Boomerhead, take it back. Yeah. I take all of that back. I was
Alistair,
going to
what did you
say, but yeah. Go
What
ahead.
did you think of like Deathly's play specifically though, like as the ADC player? Because he kind of got left on an island. I don't know.
I mean, truthfully, I don't think it matters.
Hmm.
But for what it's worth, I think he did well. I mean, all you really have to do as an AD carry in this meta is not run it down,
Yeah.
and you'll get carried by your team, or your team will run it, and then you have to try and 1v9. That's
Yeah.
kind of how it feels like watching these games. And he didn't run it down in any of the games. He seemed to do well. His rotations were good. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's doing well.
All right. Yeah. I have high hopes for EG. I mean, I feel like this happens every year, right? We think EG's bad or maybe mediocre. They do really well. We start to give EG credit, they start running it,
Yeah.
right? This literally happened all of last year.
This is very
Yeah.
true. I think there's still, you're right. It's kind of a volatile team, but
Mhm.
hey, look, if Impact can play like he played, then who knows? And Ignar.
It-
I mean, the common factor is that they had Hooney last year, made them volatile.
Oh,
This year they had
gosh.
Impact,
And now he's on
He
TSL.
definitely pulled some of those games through.
Yeah.
And him and Ignar, there's enough solid parts plus playmaking that like
Yeah, absolutely.
it's going to be a good team. I assume but I just don't know. Jizuke still looked kind of bad. I'm not
He
gonna lie.
looked
His rise,
good and bad. Like he looked
Yes, in
insanely
the
good
same
and then
game.
insanely bad. Like
Yeah.
in the same
My
game.
friend was like, "Is Rise good?" I'm like, "Just watch." It was like 4 and 5, and they just like two shot the ADC. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
Rise is good." I'm like, "Yeah."
He's just running around like dying or making plays. Like, do you remember his Zoe game where he just ints for the plates? Like, do you guys remember that? He's like, people are coming down mid lane, and he's just like, I'm getting this plate, dude. I don't give
Yeah,
a crap.
getting it,
I'm
yeah.
gonna die for
Word.
it.
Yeah.
Word.
I had to
Oh,
watch that a
jeez.
couple times, just be like, what if he just leaves, man? Because he doesn't get the plate. I
What-
don't think either. Like, I don't think he gets the
Oh my
plate.
gosh.
I don't remember
Um,
if he got it or not, but it wouldn't have been worth it if he got it. So it's like,
I will
Oh
say
my
about the
God.
C9 win, like I really do. I'm hoping Perks was just BMing with the Yone, right? Like I don't know if EG and C9 play again that like Perks is gonna go like 0-10 or whatever he did, like 0-5 or whatever, and then
Yeah.
they're just gonna lose the game, right? Like I'm hoping C9 puts up an actual fight and like maybe C9 EG is close because like when we start off like the entire tournament with a game like that, like all expectations just like feel like they're meaningless, right? Like
Yeah.
we don't actually know who's good when you see a game like that. Like I don't know.
No,
I
I
don't know.
agree. I think I don't know. Like it's hard to tell. Again, it's one weekend of play. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's team synergy. I mean, obviously we did see the synergy with Blabbers, Ven, and Vulcan, but I mean these are two new players. Regardless of Perks being a great player by himself, I think it's still going to take time. Just as far
I'm
as like
just
coordinating.
disappointed.
Yeah, of course.
you
I mean, we
also,
want to see
you
him
have
demolish
to do that,
players.
by the way.
Yeah.
If you're a superstar, you don't start off the tournament picking Galio. You're $12 million contract. You pick Yone, you pick Yasuo, you
Yeah.
pick whatever.
True.
He just played
Just-
better, man.
you-
Soligo had a better Yone game than him.
Yeah. Yeah. he
Just play
did.
better, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Like he's playing into Syndra. It's not the easiest matchup, but like you could just farm. You don't have to keep
You
Dude, he
don't
was
have to keep-
eating like it was his first time playing Yone. Like, wait, do I go back on? Like, do I have to go back? Do I really? Yeah, you do. You're fucking dead. Like he did it like so many times that game, first time in Yone. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, Perks, you better step it up or else.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay,
look,
I mean, is there much to say about the other teams?
Not really.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say because
Yeah.
like it was Cloud9, which we already talked about. Immortals, Dignitas, FlyQuest are all kind of poop. I would like to give FlyQuest another chance when they get Jose Dioto. I mean, I just want to.
I mean, same with Immortals, right? They need their Xerxes. Yeah.
Sure.
Still.
So I think it's still kind of too early to tell, but not much to say at this point, which is kind of to be expected. But let's go on then to our predictions from last week, and then predict next week's games. So you guys ready for this? It's on the Discord. By the way, if you're not on our Discord, I'll post the link in the descriptions for the podcast and everything like that. So there was a tie for oops, I think I messed up the camera here. There was a tie. I believe me, me, Kevin, and Mitchell all got 10. And Alistair got some number where it wasn't 10, so
it was 8.
8. But the coin got 6.
Yes, you beat the coin. So
you beat the coin.
Congratulations.
That's all that I care about.
Yeah,
you did better.
That's all that matters to me.
We really don't want to have the coin as one of the analysts. So
No,
So,
the coin sucks, bro.
I mean, again, I think as I was watching and I was noticing the subs, I was like, oh man, I wish I could take some of these predictions back. But it is what it is, and it's still not too shabby. I mean. Getting some of these predictions right.
Considering we didn't know that many subs were happening.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's very true.
Yeah, I know mine would have changed if I know that like FlyQuest didn't have Jose Dioto.
100%.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Same with like any Immortals predictions I did, or even the Team Liquid 100 Thieves match. I think I would have predicted 100 Thieves if I knew it was Grig. Like. Yeah, no. If that was Santorin,
that's an easy 100 Thieves.
Yeah. If that was Santorin, dude, their bot lane got so screwed, right? Their bot lane gets first blood on 100 Thieves bot lane, right? And they can't get the reset and they get dove. And I'm like, where's their jungler? Where's their jungler, man?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So here's the break. I mean, I won't go through all of them. I'll just go over the ones where there was kind of like a surprise. So the FlyQuest Dignitas game, I was the only one who predicted Dignitas, so that was kudos to me. CLG versus Golden Guardians. Mitchell, you were the only one to predict Golden Guardians, so
CLG's trash, guys. What are you guys doing?
I don't know why we picked CLG there.
Hey, we thought Golden Guardians was 10th and CLG was like 8th or 9th.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's battle of the bottom, so not that big of a deal. And then Immortals versus EG. Me and Kevin picked Evil Geniuses.
I thought it was gonna be Xerxes, honestly.
Yeah, that's why it sucks that you can't. Well, I mean, it's fine, and like everything else, we were kind of on the money for most of those. So, good job to you guys first week. But let's look forward now to this upcoming week. First day we have Cloud9 versus Dignitas. I mean, we were pretty quick before.
Perks.
Yeah, we were pretty quick when we said Cloud9 last week, but after seeing what we saw, like, I don't know if we can be as quick.
It's Cloud9. It's Cloud9. I don't care.
It's very hard to say otherwise, right? I mean, that's kind of
I could see it. I could see Perks having another happy game, but I don't think they're gonna lose, right? Like EG is actually like a good team, so if Perks like ints it, they'll lose. But against Dignitas, I mean, no. Yeah. Perks could go 0-10 and they'll still win probably.
Yeah, true. All right, Alistair, you got your coin ready? Sorry, Kevin.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Put a coin. All right, who's blue side?
Cloud9 is. Yeah.
Cloud9 is. All right, coin's Cloud9.
I will say, what's funny is even though the coin only got 6 right, it predicted a lot of the games where all of us got it wrong.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
Video's frozen, league dead.
Uh-oh. Is it?
Interesting. I could see myself moving, but
all right, maybe it'll.
No, yeah, I mean the stream.
Oh, the stream.
Oh, the stream is not moving.
Sad.
But I'm moving.
Yeah, Kevin's moving.
Kevin's moving. Everybody else is frozen. What's up?
Sorry, guys. I took over the video feed.
Oh my goodness.
Can they still hear us?
Yeah, the audio should still be working, but let me see if I.
For those who are watching in the podcast, I'm sorry for the technical delays, but basically, League Dad sucks at his job.
It's not me. It's my computer. My computer sucks at the job.
I'm back.
I feel like we just are lagging, and we're gonna catch. Like it's gonna unstick. Sometimes you just gotta let let things figure themselves out. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Also,
We'll
podcast
stick to the
viewers.
OG audio.
Okay, look,
Come-
Alistair's back. I think.
Come hit us up on the Twitch
We're
channel.
all back except for League Den.
Except for me.
We
Wow.
got some fun memes or something. I don't know. Interact.
What are you talking about?
Hi.
What,
More
Discord?
interactive.
All right.
No,
I don't
like
know.
the live broadcast when we do.
Oh well,
Talking
who
about
cares
Twitch chat.
if I'm stuck? That's fine as long as you guys are moving. I don't really care.
Yeah, no one cares about League
Nobody
Dad.
cares about me. All right. What were you gonna say, Kevin?
Oh, just Cloud9. I mean, like,
Okay,
it
Cloud9.
is actually played pretty well. Fake God played okay. Dardock is still competent. It's just there's not enough skill there.
Mhm.
Like, them play well, they would need 2 lanes to super it, which is possible.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
I mean, Fudge. Yeah.
not gonna bet on it.
But who's Dignitas' top laner?
Nice.
Fake
Fake God.
Fake
Oh
God.
no. Fake God.
Yeah, Niles is Golden
Fake God,
Guardians.
Dardock, so
Yep.
they were fairly decent. Afro played okay in the game they won. So like,
Soligo ran one Yone game super hard. He had one good Yone game and one bad Yone game.
they
played 2
really
young
need
games.
to keep Johnson to be competitive. Like Neo's not as good it feels like so far. And it's only been 3 games, so
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah,
Huh.
it's just okay.
All right, let's go to 100 Thieves versus Golden Guardians. I gotta go with 100 Thieves here. I think they're.
I think it's gonna be 100 Thieves, but I do think Golden Guardians will put up a fight, and they actually have a realistic chance of winning it. Like not before, pre-tournament expectations. But yeah, it's gonna be 100 Thieves. But
Yeah,
Golden
I-
Guardians, I think will put up a fight
I
for
would love.
sure.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see what Golden Guardians does. I'm actually excited to see what they.
And
got
they
up
could
their
still
sleeves.
win it. Like I don't think like before it would be like 90-10. I'm looking like maybe like 70-30, 60-40 ish.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay. What's the coin say?
Coin is Golden Guardians.
Ooh, the spice.
So
Yo,
are you, Kevin, Alice? Are you guys also going 100 Thieves?
100 Thieves.
Okay.
Alistair?
I think so. Yeah, I'll go
Okay.
100 Thieves.
Thought you're gonna put something spicy there.
Oh, yeah. I want to hear the Golden
Nah,
Guardians.
Coin does that for me.
Okay. All right. FlyQuest versus Evil Geniuses. I don't
don't
know
know.
who's playing. I don't know who's
I don't know
playing.
who's playing.
But
I'm just
I
gonna go
haven't-
EG.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
EG because I haven't heard anything about Jose Dioto being in the States.
neither.
We've heard about Santorin, so I'm gonna say EG.
Yeah.
Everybody EG.
Even with
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, even if Jose Dioto's there, he's gonna have like less than a
Yeah,
week
like
of
no
practice,
time to
right?
practice, yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
jet lag.
yeah, and jet lag.
lag.
Like
Yep.
it's really unfortunate, but whatever, man. EG.
Yeah.
At least this doesn't count for the season. So
True. Yeah.
All right.
Not the end
What
of the
what are the
world.
Coin is
coins?
FlyQuest.
FlyQuest.
Hey, let's
Coin's
go.
always
hey,
gotta be the
someone's
contrarian.
Coin just keeps
believer.
going heads.
Yeah.
3 straight.
Coin
It's
is
a weighted coin, isn't it?
contrarian.
Yeah.
All right.
I would hope it's just an everyday run of the mill toonie. So
This is gonna be the best
Dude,
matchup
you're so
of the
Canadian,
week.
bro.
TSM versus Team Liquid. Oh,
what it's
let's
called.
go, baby.
Yeah, Team Liquid, bro. Not even close. I don't even care if it's
Come
Greg. I do not care. I know it's
really-
Santorin.
Oh, I was gonna say like it's Santorin, right? It's like okay.
Yeah. Even if it was Greg, Team Liquid.
Oh man,
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
it's like, dude, even I can beat you guys in this form.
Yeah.
Come on. I'll
Lotus
just say
White
Liquid.
versus TL or Lotus White versus TSM. Who wins?
Oh,
Oh, dude, Lotus White. What? Dude, we just banned Nidalee. It's over.
gonna be
Man,
rough.
I want to go TSM, but dang, they suck.
oh, I know you do, but
Ugh.
all your analysis today point towards one direction.
broken
if you
him.
don't go TSM, you're a hater. You're
Yeah,
not a
I'm
believer.
I'm going TSM.
There we
All
go.
right.
There we
You
go.
might be right. I mean, it's
You could
This
be.
is gonna be
Again.
this is gonna be the one game that gives me 1 point advantage, or it's
you're
gonna,
gonna
put me
you're gonna have
behind.
you're gonna have 8 weeks of hope based off
This
this,
is
one
why I
game,
keep
and then during the
losing.
regular
This is
season,
why-
TSM's just gonna lose.
See, this is why I always lose or I can't beat Mitchell because I always go. You know what? No, I'm going Team Liquid.
Oh, you're so scared.
Well,
Hey,
so does
I
the
want to
coin.
win this time. I want to win this time. Okay, what was the coin? Team Liquid.
You know, Team
TSM.
Liquid.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, Team
you would
Liquid.
fit in great in the Lotus server. Like half the people are TSM fans.
They're smart
they're
people. That's
stupid.
why.
No,
But
Any-
are
anybody
they
from
still
the Lotus
TSM
server.
like? Well, they still predict TSM after what they saw last week. Probably,
Bro,
actually.
they're sorry, not fans. They're stands. Like they
Yeah.
will they
Oh.
live, breathe, or bleed,
I see.
breathe, eat, sleep TSM.
You say
Everything is
breed
TSM.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck
Their kids are
TSM.
definitely going to become TSM fans.
Y'all,
Screw
I'm saying,
TSM.
look, I got to join this Discord server just to join.
Trash
fellow
solo
TSM.
mid, lol. I'm just gonna flame TSM.
If they
I don't
win,
care.
oh my gosh.
My favorite meme
Just
that we
to
can
get everyone
always
to Lotus to flame
recycle
you.
is the screenshot of TSM lost. Every time you just like see his username in a little screenshot.
I love that.
Man, if TSM
It's the gift that
wins,
just keeps giving.
I should get
Yeah.
something if TSM wins. Come on.
You get nothing because if TSM wins, it doesn't matter. Also, no one gives them the credit because they went 0-6 at Worlds. Bad. It doesn't matter if TSM wins.
They're
TSM
gonna need
wins,
to do a
and he's
lot
doomed.
to get credit back.
And he's doomed if TSM wins, man.
All
0-6
right.
at Worlds.
Let's move past them because this is breaking my heart. Let's go Immortals FlyQuest. All right, a game that doesn't matter to me.
Oh my god, Battle of the Subs,
I
man. I
know.
don't even know.
Can either of these qualify for? Oh, technically.
Yeah, I think all of these teams could. That's why.
No, I thought we said one of the teams was already out. Like CLG.
CLG
didn't
is
have
already
enough.
out.
CLG
yeah.
is 100% out. Yes. Yeah.
They
because of
played
their
4
group,
games
though.
already. They've already played
Yeah.
4 games.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They already played their games and they lost to the other bottom place team. So
Yeah.
they lose the
Oh.
tiebreaker. They're guaranteed out. Immortals FlyQuest is really hard because it's a bunch of subs and we don't know who's gonna. Is Hosted Yoda coming? Is Xerxes coming? I don't freaking know. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with the coin, whatever the coin does.
I'm gonna go FlyQuest.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
FlyQuest.
I'm gambling. Give me the coin.
All right.
Give me the coin, baby.
All right,
Let's
I guess I have to do that now then.
Yeah.
All right, coin is heads. What we got? Immortals.
Hey, let's
okay.
go, Mortals.
All right, so
Please,
Mitchell's
Xerxes, come.
Putting his fate on the coin. I'm going FlyQuest. I just have faith. I think they're good on paper, man. Like even without, well, no, I won't say even without him, but I think they're pretty good. But we'll see. I mean, I'm not like putting all my hope into this one.
Their jungler was really bad.
Yeah,
Like their
he's
jungler
really
was
bad.
the reason they lost their games almost.
Yeah,
Like
because their roster on paper is pretty good otherwise, but
and Diamond
they
also
were-
played like
the
shit.
game just lost.
No.
True.
Diamond
Okay,
played like
Kevin,
booty.
are you going? Who are you going with?
Against my better judgment, I'm gonna give FlyQuest another chance.
Yeah, let's go.
Wow. I'm the only one.
I just look at those two rosters on paper. I'm just like, still, even despite last week's performance, I think NXI was just nervous. Like he just looked like he wasn't playing the game.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's a sub or not. Like that was probably not his level of play. And if it is, they need better scouting.
Yeah.
And I don't think FlyQuest has bad scouting, so I don't know. They look like they assembled a decent roster, and it just sucks.
All right. What about you, Alistair?
So there's 2 FlyQuest and 2 Immortals, right?
Yep.
Well,
coin is
yeah,
Immortals.
coin is
I'm
Immortals.
Yeah.
Here's the tiebreak.
Hmm.
So suspenseful.
Put me in a hard spot here. Honestly, I don't even know who's the least subs. I think they win.
Immortals
I think
has
FlyQuest has the least subs, right?
Yeah, FlyQuest has
Alright.
1 sub. Immortals has 2 or
2.
3 subs, right?
You know what?
They're
I'll just
good.
go Immortals. So I'll just go Immortals. If Immortals lose, I blame Mitchell.
Why,
That
man?
sounds
I
good.
picked the coin.
Actually,
Blame
no,
the
we have to
coin.
blame the coin.
Mitchell just
Blame the
gave you
coin.
information that would make you not vote for Immortals, and then you voted
No,
Immortals.
that's
Wait a
Nope, I'm
minute.
committed. Nope. See, I have an
Oh,
out.
okay.
If I lose, we just blame the inanimate object that's in my hand
Yeah,
right now.
blame the coin. Blame the coin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so-
blame the
Immortals
coin.
has 3 subs, so
So how does this work then? Because is it the top? Is it the top 2 from each bracket go on, or?
I think it's top 4. I thought.
I think the best option for like predictions past this day is just tweet them out.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
so
I think
it's
that's
an
just the best
it's
way
a quarterfinals 8-team bracket. So
Okay.
literally
Yeah,
just
so it's
the
just
bottom
top
two drop out
4.
from each group.
Top 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
CLG's like Group A is already decided. All 4 of those teams are going. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's just
seeding.
seeding.
Uh,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Group B has the Immortals FlyQuest game is unironically important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like I guess this weekend we have. I guess they'll both be playing those, and then we'll have the semis the following week on the 29th, correct?
Oh, wait. So are those all the games we're predicting? That's it.
Well, that's what
That's
I'm
all the
wondering
games.
because it's to be determined on how we don't know the seedings yet.
Oh,
So
shite.
kind of sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we
so
could
I
predict
think
like
we
who we
just-
think is going to go the furthest of the 8 teams.
You know, we
that
could predict
probably
it on
are gonna
Discord
qualify,
and then
but-
just recap it next episode. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why don't we reconvene on like Friday evening or something like that? Figure out our predictions and then tweet it out.
yeah, tweet it
Okay.
out.
I'm down.
Okay. Well, how does that
Right
work?
after
Though? The
Friday
game's up-
evening because the games will be over.
Oh, I
after the games.
see.
Yeah.
So Friday
Okay.
is all the games. That's all the games we predicted today, the 5 games, and then the playoffs happen this weekend.
Yep.
All right,
well.
then last prediction we're making today that will
Will
inevitably-
Bjergsen come back next week?
No way.
Well,
Who's winning the
quarterfinals
tournament?
happen this weekend.
Who's winning the tournament?
Who's winning the
Wait,
tournament?
who's winning the tournament? We can predict next week because semis and finals are next week.
No,
not
we
this week.
predict it now based on just first week
Oh,
expectations.
just
You know what I
first
mean?
week
It's like
Well,
over.
My boys
Evaluation.
with Liquid, Santorin, easy. I'm predicting Liquid. Next question.
Yeah, I'm with Kevin. I think I think it's either gonna be Liquid or 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I don't know. I was
To be
feeling good
honest.
with 100 Thieves, but I haven't seen Santorin play yet with the team.
You guys are
Like,
going
is it-
off. Everybody was saying Cloud9, and now everybody's off Cloud9. This is interesting. See, I told you this was going to be an interesting question. Everybody was saying Cloud9 before, right? Now we're all saying Team Liquid 100 Thieves. What's up with that?
I mean, I'm not off of Cloud9. It's just like, I mean, this is first week expectations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Will.
I mean, to be fair, I have been kind of more towards the ones that have more synergy with each other. And Alistair was, adamant about his 100 Thieves prediction just because of that, and that's kind of where I lean towards them and Team Liquid just because they've been together, or most of them have been together. So that's where I'm banking on, is that they just have the chemistry already or the synergy. So that's why I don't think C9 will win, but I can't decide between Team Liquid and 100 Thieves because it's gonna be Team Liquid. What am I saying? It's gonna be Team Liquid,
Team
man.
Liquid.
But
That should not be.
That's gonna be a fun. That's gonna be. I hope that is the finals.
Okay, here's what I'll say. It'll depend on seeding, I think.
Yeah, it
Okay.
will.
Because that'll make a big deal.
It will, 100%.
Or that'll be a big deal.
Because the finals could totally happen in like semis.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is my
Yeah.
favorite matchup that I want to see, though, is 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid. I think that's going to be. I just want to see the bot lanes.
With
I want more of
Santorin.
it.
Because
Yeah.
we
With
already saw it.
Santorin, yes. That's.
I
what
want to. I mean, we already saw 100 Thieves Team Liquid. 100 Thieves, like, I mean,
but I want to see it
without
in a
they didn't have
series. In a series with Santorin, I just want to see more bot lane action, man. I think these are possibly the two best bot lanes. Maybe
I want to
Sven
see
and Vulcan,
C9 versus 100
Oh, wait,
Thieves,
did you say
man.
Ballin?
I wanna
Man,
see
outside,
C9.
outside the world championship MVP could be ADC, and you'd be like, nah, he got carried by the support. It's a garbage role.
Well, you did see
Team
that.
Death.
You saw the Reddit post he put, right? That he linked with Doublelift talking about ADCs. And just
Yeah.
It's Doublelift. Doublelift also says the same thing. He's like, it's like patch 811's like, ADCs do nothing. AD carries can't carry. Meanwhile, Ruler's like hard carrying on
Yeah,
Varus
true.
over there in LCK, winning games, and I'm just like,
Did you
wait a
see
minute.
LWX with his pentakill? Was it LWX?
Yeah.
I saw him with his cat in the
Oh
stream
my
post game
gosh,
stream.
That was so
Like they have
funny.
the character profile. He was just holding his cat, and I was
That's
like,
awesome. Oh my
And then no
gosh.
one is saying EG, huh? The only undefeated team. Impact's
Well,
Renekton.
Yeah, but we
No
talked
one-
about it. They played this past weekend. They played two not so great teams. So I'm
yeah.
not really bought in yet to the.
I'm
hype.
going with Golden Guardians gonna win the whole thing. No, I'm just kidding.
I will say,
That'd be
though,
crazy
that
though.
Group B, EG does have the easier. EG has the easier.
He just posted Tonser. Screenshots always hilarious. All right,
God.
I'm going. I'm going Cloud9.
That's stuff.
Cloud9's gonna win the whole tournament.
Really?
I'm still on them. Yeah, I
Dang,
think Perks is
you
gonna pick it
got-
up.
Okay.
What
you're-
Perks is
you're-
gonna run it up until like semis, and then he's just gonna start smurfing. I still believe in Perks. I'm gonna flame the crap out of
I
him,
mean,
but I
look,
still believe him.
I mean, I don't know how exactly how it works, but just looking at groups, I think Group B is definitely easier than Group A.
By far.
Yeah,
For sure.
by far.
I mean, Cloud9's gonna play against what is it, A3? Group A's third place team. So
Oh,
whoever we
okay.
think goes third. So it's 100 Thieves, Team Liquid, or TSM most likely.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
all of those matches are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
I think it's gonna be
Unless
C9.
unless C9 doesn't go and get second. If C9 gets third, then it's all out the window, and I
Yeah.
hate this tournament.
Yeah, C9
Yeah.
is gonna get the win because Perks will wake up and they're just gonna put Fudge on Oran duty, and then they're gonna win. It's gonna happen, guys.
For Cloud9's sake, I hope they win.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah.
God,
can
12
you
million.
Oh gosh.
One dude,
Money
one human
down
being,
the
12 million
drain.
for a video game, a child's video game, guys.
Hey, I mean, like, there's literally games where just people just go around throwing like a pig skin,
I'm not
and
hating
it's
them.
like it's entertaining. It's just that's just how it's evolved.
Child's video game, 12 million, by the way.
As said, I think if Cloud9 doesn't win everything in NA, it's a complete failure because they're literally paying $12 million to do the exact same thing they've done.
Is
for the
it
last
confirmed
few
that the
years.
roster is basically the similar cost to like one player is the similar cost to all of Liquid?
I think it's
12 million.
close-ish. It's close-ish, yeah.
Their large contracts in the past were like impact 1 or 2 million or something like that, right? And then Jensen might be making more than that. But like you multiply that by 5, that's 10 million. So
yeah, it's
I don't know. It just seems crazy.
Bananas to me, man. All right.
Unheard of numbers. It's a half a franchise buy-in in Overwatch or whatever.
$20. I'll enter game for them.
I'll int on Yon. I'll probably look the exact same on Yon as Perks did that game.
No problemo, my
All right. I'm guessing.
Pay me $2 million. I'll run it down in top lane.
Yeah. Ooh, Huni. Yeah. Dude, okay. God, they need to put Haunter in. I do not care. If Huni doesn't have 3 or all good games this weekend, Haunter has to come in, right? He's like solo losing his team the game.
It would be a tragedy. Lane. Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I'm tired of Huni.
He easily looks like the worst top laner in the entire league.
Yeah.
Already.
No doubt.
It's been 3 games, man. He looks like the worst.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine how he plays in practice to allow him to get stage time. Like, I actually can't imagine. Because he has to scrim really well or something. But I can't imagine him scrimming well with the way he plays.
There's likely a clause in the contract.
Dude, why does he have that much leverage? Have you seen
the best agent NA, dude? Best agent NA. Like, how
his agent is cracked. Like, Jack's agent, garbage tier.
Yeah,
his agent, holy moly.
Dude, we could have gotten TSM Licorice or TSM Impact. Imagine how freaking nuts that would have been.
There's so many players I would have much rather had. But
Licorice is dying on FlyQuest. I mean,
I'm pretty sure he's that guy who submits his resume and then he like sends like these attachment videos and they're all like 2016, 2015 or whatever.
Yeah. All right. What about this? Would you take TSM solo?
Over Huni? 100%.
Over this Huni, yes.
Yeah,
over Peak Huni, no. But
there's no Peak Huni anymore. So yeah,
bro, I would take TSM. I would take any top laner, even from like Academy over Huni, just because I don't want to see
I wouldn't go that far.
I would take Niles and Revenge over Huni.
Oh, that's
I would.
True.
The two.
Right now, I agree. I don't know.
I'm completely serious about that, Kevin, because I don't want to see Huni in LCS. I would rather see some new blood run it down than watch a veteran run it down.
Run it down, yeah.
Because
exactly.
Like
no, I agree.
We get a new player, or we get Huni, who's just unimpressive.
I miss relegations, guys. Yeah.
I agree.
Can a player get relegated for playing too bad?
I don't know. I hope
awesome.
There should be a rule.
It's called being benched.
All right, well, let's wrap this
you're not allowed
up
to be fielded if you in too
the
hard.
more we talk about Huni, the more it's depressing me. So let's wrap this up. Is there any last things you guys want to mention for this week? I think we've got our predictions in the bag. We'll reconvene somehow on Friday and put the rest of our predictions out there, either tweet it or put it in Discord. But we'll have it recorded for sure, so there ain't no cheating.
All you TSM fans in the chat, at me, bro. Let's go. I don't care.
At you.
Tune into.
How can you add it when you vote for Liquid?
Wait a minute. To watch Mitchell play.
Yeah, tune in this Saturday, League of Lotus, Twitch. We're going to win our second match. It's some rando team. I don't even know who they are. We're just going to beat them.
As always, I'll put it in the descriptions. Yeah, I'll put it in the description.
Who?
Be sure you guys check that out. Who?
Yeah.
Some whack
Lotus
team.
White. Represent.
All right. Maybe
I land every smite.
Maybe one day these youngins will recruit an old man for their team. I only dream of the day.
You can play for Lotus White Academy, okay?
That's all right.
I'll get you in, bro.
You guys play too late. My bedtime is too early.
Yeah.
All right.
Around this time.
I'm also playing in X on C on Thursday.
Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. We'll have
feature
all of
match,
them
it
good
starts at, like,
links on
9.
there. And please join us on Discord. We'd love to have you chat about stuff. But until next time, guys, thank you for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at theallinpodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at theallinpodcast. I want to thank my co-hosts once again, Kevin, Mitchell, Alistair, for always sharing their wise insights. Appreciate it, guys. Good discussions. Always a fun time. But guys, enjoy your climb on the rift. Try not to be too toxic, and we'll see you all on the next episode. Peace.